Instead of looking up Greek recipes online, I decided to fly to Greece and learn them from the people who make them every day. I spent the last few days exploring markets, eating in family-run tavernas, joining cooking classes, and picking up all the little details that make Greek food so special. And now I'm back home to share everything I learned with you. Welcome to the very first episode of David Cooks the World, a new series where I travel to different countries, discover authentic local food, and then recreate those recipes in my kitchen. And honestly, what better recipe to start with than one of the Greece's most iconic dishes? Let's make an authentic Greek salad. We'll start with the dressing. I'm using a simple mixing bowl for now, then I will transfer the salad to a nicer serving bowl. It's a cooking show after all. But if you're making this at home, feel free to mix and serve everything in the same bowl. It's one less dish to wash. Add extra virgin olive oil, red wine vinegar, salt, dried oregano, and black pepper. One thing I noticed while visiting tavernas and talking to local chefs is that there isn't one correct way to dress a Greek salad. Many people simply drizzle the olive oil, vinegar, and the seasoning directly over the vegetables without mixing them first. That's completely normal and traditional, and exactly how you will often see it served in Greece. But personally, I like taking one extra minute to whisk everything together first. It helps dissolve the salt, evenly distributes the oregano, and coats every piece of vegetable a little better. So grab a whisk and whisk everything together until the dressing looks nicely combined. Now let's move on to the veggies. And before we start, here is something interesting. In Greece, this salad isn't actually called Greek salad. It's called horiatiki, which literally means village salad. And once you see how simple and rustic it is, the name makes perfect sense. One thing I like the most about this salad is that it proves you don't need a long list of ingredients to make something delicious. All you need are tomatoes, cucumber, green pepper, red onion, Kalamata olives, and optionally capers. No lettuce, no fancy greens, no complicated dressing. The secret isn't adding more ingredients, it's using the best ingredients you can find. Another thing I noticed almost everywhere I went is that this salad is meant to look rustic. The veggies aren't cut into tiny cubes or perfectly uniform pieces like you often see outside of Greece. They are cut into generous uneven chunks that show off the freshness of the ingredients. Start with the tomatoes. Cut them into wedges or large bite-sized pieces. You can also use cherry tomatoes. Next, the cucumber. You can use one English cucumber or 2 to 3 Persian cucumbers. Most of the chefs I met peel the cucumber before slicing them. It's completely optional, but that's how I was taught during one of the cooking classes. So that's what I'm doing today. Let's peel the cucumber. Slice the cucumber into thick half moons. We want thick, crunchy half moons that give the salad some real structure. Now the green pepper. Slice the green pepper into rings or half rings. Then thinly slice the red onion. Add everything to the bowl. And we are ready for the ingredients that bring even more character to the salad: the olives and capers. Use good quality Kalamata olives if you can find. With a salad this simple, every ingredient matters, and flavorful olives make a huge difference. And now the capers. This was actually something I found really interesting while traveling around Greece. Whether or not Greek salad includes capers often depends on where you are. In some regions and islands, they are classic ingredients, while in others, they are rarely used. So if you like them, go ahead and add them. If not, you can absolutely leave them out. You'll still have a completely authentic Greek salad. If you're curious about different regional variations of horiatiki, I'll go into more details in the written recipe on my blog. You can find the link in the description. Now gently toss everything together until the veggies are evenly coated with the dressing. Now, as mentioned earlier, I will move the salad from this simple bowl to something nicer for a more beautiful presentation. But you don't have to, you can do everything in one simple bowl. And now, the real star of the salad, the feta. If you can, use authentic Greek feta. It has a creamy texture and a tangy flavor that makes a huge difference. One of my favorite things I noticed while eating in tavernas across Greece was how they serve the feta. Instead of crumbling it over the salad like we often see outside of Greece, many restaurants simply place one large block of feta or a few large rustic chunks right on top, just like this. I did come across a few places that crumble it or cut it into cubes, but serving it as a whole block was by far the most common, and I think it's also the most beautiful presentation. It's simple, rustic, and exactly the way you'll find it in many Greek tavernas. To finish the salad, drizzle everything with one final splash of good quality extra virgin olive oil. Then sprinkle a little more dried oregano over the feta. And that's it. Simple, fresh, authentic. And don't forget a piece of crusty bread. Trust me, you will not want to leave a single drop of the olive oil and the tomato juice behind. Exactly the Greek salad you will find in tavernas all over Greece. I hope you enjoyed the very first episode of David Cooks the World. Food has an amazing way of telling the story of a country, and that's exactly what this series is all about. Traveling, learning from people who cook these dishes every day, and then bringing those recipes back home for all of us to make together. Greece was an incredible place to start the journey. In the next episode, we are still staying in Greece to make another classic dish. If you think you can guess the next recipe, leave me a comment below. So if you want to travel the world through food with me, make sure you're subscribed. Yasu.